A consumer durables company is planning for a year in which the overall category is expected to remain flat because macro conditions are weakening. At the same time, the CEO communicates an internal aspiration of double-digit growth for the firm. What is the most accurate way to frame this gap between category outlook and firm target? Your options are: A. Diversification premium versus conglomerate discount. B. Firm outperformance relative to an industry benchmark. C. Scale economies versus scope economies. D. First mover advantage versus fast following. And the correct answer is option B. Firm outperformance relative to an industry benchmark. Management expects subdued consumer spending next year and cites a weak currency along with inflationary signals as contributing conditions. The products in question are discretionary durables, where purchases can be postponed. Which demand-side concept most directly captures the impact of these macro conditions on consumers? Your options are: A. Increase in real disposable income raises quantity demanded. B. Higher substitution effects make demand perfectly elastic. C. Stable purchasing power keeps demand unchanged. D. Erosion of real purchasing power suppresses discretionary demand. And the correct answer is option D. Erosion of real purchasing power suppresses discretionary demand. A policy change reduces the effective tax burden on certain consumer durables, and managers observe a noticeable lift in seasonal volumes. The leadership describes this as reviving consumer spending for products perceived as luxury by many households. What is the most accurate concept label for the role of this tax change in the market? Your options are: A. Demand stimulus through a reduction in effective consumer price. B. Supply contraction through tighter capacity constraints. C. Adverse selection due to hidden product quality. D. Network effects from a growing installed base. And the correct answer is option A. Demand stimulus through a reduction in effective consumer price. The firm reports that after the policy-driven price reduction, unit sales rise sharply during a festival season. Managers also note that these categories are still treated as luxury purchases for many customers. Which demand property is most consistent with such a sales response? Your options are: A. Perfectly inelastic demand regardless of price changes. B. Good behavior dominated by income effects. C. Relatively high price elasticity for discretionary durables. D. Perfect competition implies no change in quantity demanded. And the correct answer is option C. Relatively high price elasticity for discretionary durables. When asked about raising funds, leadership indicates that an IPO is not being pursued and emphasizes that multiple alternatives exist to arrange working capital. The firm simultaneously speaks about continuing investments in capability building such as R&D. Which financing classification best matches the stated working capital objective? Your options are: A. Long-term equity funding intended for permanent capital structure needs. B. Short-term liquidity financing to fund operating cycle requirements. C. Project finance designed for ring-fenced capital expenditures. D. Distressed financing intended to manage covenant breaches. And the correct answer is option B. Short-term liquidity financing to fund operating cycle requirements. A multinational consumer durables firm faces a period where an external policy shock has previously worsened sentiment for the category, and management now anticipates the sector to remain stagnant. Despite this, the firm plans to invest in capability building while pushing for higher growth than peers. Which concept most directly characterize the external policy shock as described? Your options are: A. Endogenous competitive rivalry within the industry. B. Switching costs created by product ecosystems. C. Managerial moral hazard due to weak monitoring. D. Exogenous regulatory risk impacting market demand. And the correct answer is option D. Exogenous regulatory risk impacting market demand. A firm notices that after a policy-induced price reduction, category volumes rise meaningfully during a peak season. Management interprets this as evidence that many consumers were delaying purchases until affordability improved. Which demand phenomenon is most consistent with this interpretation? Your options are: A. Intertemporal substitution of durable purchases. B. Adverse selection in quality uncertain goods. C. Market saturation from high penetration. D. Economies of scale reducing marginal cost. And the correct answer is option A. Intertemporal substitution of durable purchases. The leadership states it wants to make products more accessible, while also positioning the category as aspirational for many households. In such a setting, which pricing idea most directly fits the objective of broadening access without uniformly cutting prices for all customers? Your options are: A. Cost-plus pricing to stabilize margins. B. Pure skimming to focus only on early adopters. C. Versioning-based second-degree price discrimination. D. Limit pricing to deter new entrants. And the correct answer is option C. Versioning-based second-degree price discrimination. A consumer electronics firm says it is shifting focus from selling standalone products to building an integrated ecosystem enabled by a digital capability. The intent is to increase customer stickiness and make repeat purchases and cross-device usage more likely. Which concept most directly explains why an ecosystem can raise retention even if competitors match hardware specs? Your options are: A. Switching costs created by complementary assets. B. Perfect contestability eliminates customer lock-in. C. Adverse selection reduces adoption among high-value users. D. Price elasticity becomes zero in competitive markets. And the correct answer is option A. Switching costs created by complementary assets. A firm declines an IPO and emphasizes that several alternatives exist to secure working capital for ongoing operations. Management wants flexibility to manage seasonal inventory buildup and receivables without committing to permanent capital changes. Which option best fits this working capital intent? Your options are: A. Issuing long-dated equity to permanently reduce leverage. B. Funding through retained earnings only, regardless of seasonality. C. Raising project finance for a specific plant expansion. D. Using revolving credit facilities or trade credit to fund the operating cycle. And the correct answer is option D. Using revolving credit facilities or trade credit to fund the operating cycle.